see who we get in this live. Welcome to the live, everybody who's joining so far. Hope you guys are all having a great night, great week so far. We're just gonna be talking about preparedness, three beans of prepping, three beans, three B's of prepping, beans, bullets, band-aids. So yeah, they just took us off of TikTok live. I got banned and suspended off the TikTok live because we were talking about some government conspiracy that they don't want to hear. So let's hope. Hopefully that doesn't happen on here. But anybody who joins, I appreciate you guys for joining. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are all having a great night, a great week so far. This motherfucker is not live like TikTok. Oh, I spoke too soon. I don't know who's watching, but welcome to the live, man. We're going to be talking about prepping, so we're going to be covering the three B's of prepping. So essentially beans, bullets, band-aids, and some other topics involved, covering all facets of prepping. That's what we do on this channel. We have some clips that we post for entertainment of some podcasts as well, but we mostly post prepping information. So I got prepper videos that I do on my channel, some long-form content. Appreciate it. I didn't serve, though. We're just prepared citizens here, guys. So we like to talk about preparedness for your everyday citizen, turn them into for being a possible liability to being an asset for them and their people. That's essentially the mission here, guys. Did not serve, but I appreciate that. Yeah, I got some videos on my channel, some long-form content discussing the topics that I talk about. So I make prepping videos, prepper shorts, and all that. I also have a TikTok page. We just got banned off. We didn't get banned, but I just got suspended off of TikTok Live because we were talking about some government conspiracy that they don't want to hear us talk about. So they suspended me. So I'm on here to talk to you guys. But yeah, welcome to the live, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a great night and great week so far. Yeah, they suspended me. They didn't want to hear the truth being spoken. So it is what it is. I don't know how to. I don't want to butcher her name, man. I mean, but happy birthday to your sister. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday to Joey G's sister. But yeah, guys, what we talk about is preparedness here on this channel, guys. So I'm not military. Never claimed to be military. All right, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, guys, we talk about preparedness. So essentially, we want to create more prepared citizens. Turn your everyday citizen into a prepared citizen. What do I recommend for a beginning content creator? Start recording and posting it. Record, post, and see what happens. You never know what's going to happen until you test it, man. I'll just do it for fun, man. Just make sure you're having fun while you're doing it. Can I see guns? I would show you guns, but I can't on the live. I got guns on my YouTube channel if you want to check them out, though. I just did a video called Top 5 Guns Everybody Should Own. So it's essentially more geared towards preppers and survival enthusiasts. But I did a video called Top 5 Guns Everyone Should Own post SHTF. And if you don't know, SHTF just stands for Shit Hit the Fan. WRL, Teotihuacan, a bunch of those buzzwords basically used to mean a societal collapse situation, if you will. But I talk about all these subjects on my channel, ways to prepare for them, ways you could possibly survive them, ways to be more shit, I just saw the thumbnail. You serious? Nah, man, I'm just wearing my plate carrier. It's just got a teak. It's just a quick response kit. This ain't even nothing crazy. I should have more magazines on here. You want to have at least 10 magazines at a minimum. But I only got 3 on here. This is just a quick response kit. I got a chest rig that I'm going to build out for like a sustainment kit. As the kid who was here before no one. Yeah, man. I always get some people in here, so yeah. I appreciate all you guys for watching, everybody for watching the live, or wherever you may be. I hope you guys are having a good night, great week so far, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. What we talk about on this page is preparedness. So essentially, this is a prepper channel that talks about preparing for the everyday citizen, turning your everyday citizen into a prepared citizen and more of an asset, less than a liability. They have a big trunk. in their boot. Wait, nah, man. JM, no, I'm not military, man. Like I said, we're prepared citizens here, so I'm not in the military. I don't. Sometimes I may talk about certain things that has military involved in it, but that's not what we talk about here. Nor do we claim to be military. Do the. I don't know what that is, man. But all right. Jinx. Nah, man. He said, "Are you so calm?" Oh, I'm weak. Man. I wish I was so calm. Nah, we're not in the military, man. I'm just a prepared citizen. This fool said, "Hit the gritty." Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't ever claim to be in the military. So if you guys are wondering, I'm not claiming to be military, nor do I act like it. I'm just a prepared citizen, civilian here. We're just talking about preparedness on this channel. How much are MREs and bulks? I mean, a case where I'm at right now is going for like anywhere between 60 and 80 bucks for a case of them. You get one for like $10 to $12 depending on who you buy it from, but it all depends on the seller. You told me you were Trump's right man, right hand man. I don't know what you're talking about, Sparky. I never told you that. MREs are overpriced. Yeah, they definitely can be. Yeah. MREs are not even the number one food I would recommend you have for emergency food. If you were gonna get emergency food, the number one thing I would recommend is something like these. This is emergency food buckets from ReadyWise. This is emergency food company. They sell emergency food buckets for like a bunch of different prices. That one's a 1 month supply bucket for one person, and it has a 25-year shelf life. Like, what is the channel about? It's about preparedness, man. We talk about preparedness and turning your everyday citizen into a prepared citizen. We want them to be less of a liability and more of an asset to them and their people. Don't want to hear none of your malarkey. Do you do a preparedness vlog like a doomsday? I don't get what you're saying, man. What do you mean like a doomsday preparedness vlog? We talk about preparedness on here more in videos. I do lives like this. Sometimes I haven't been live in a couple weeks. Last live I did, I was doing a ruck, so I do ruck marches and hiking while on live. So I'll have you guys on live with me while I'm going to like practice my fitness and essentially get exercise in my bug out bag. What was I gonna say? JM. Hey JM, comment down below in the chat, or Shiwu if you guys could hear me in the live. Comment just 5x5. Comment 5x5 if you could hear me, just to make sure none of my audio is clipped out or nothing. Big Yes, why don't you stop watching, man? What do you think about the invasion at our southern border? I think it's wrong, man. I don't think it should be happening. But our country's all divided right now. We got a shitty administration. I mean, it is what it is. I think it shouldn't be. And definitely needs to be something done about it, but they don't necessarily want to listen to us, the people, or the people of this country who actually care about its values. But yeah, that's essentially my look on it, man. I don't agree with it. I don't think it should be allowed. Palestine. Yeah, I don't really focus on any of the, like, I mean, I'm more than willing to talk about them every now and then. That's not really my main focus, is to talk about current conflicts around the world. I try to take what I could learn from them in certain things that are getting people, certain tactics that are causing lives to be lost. I try to avoid those and learn them to make sure I know not to make those mistakes. God forbid something like that ever does happen here, you know? What do you learn? I just study history, man. Study everyday events, current conflicts. Yeah. So what we mainly talk about on this page, guys, is preparedness, being prepared for your everyday situations, such as a power outage or extended power outage, all the way to the extreme, such as an EMP or civil unrest type situation. We don't really talk about conflicts or too much military stuff on here. Sometimes we'll cover certain things that have involvement in defensive capabilities and medical IFACs and stuff like that, but that's not really the goal here. What kind of plate carrier, man? It's just a shellback. It's a plate carrier from Shellback Tactical. It's one of their Gen 1s, but I don't know if it's discontinued or they're still selling it. No problem, William. This shit's funny, man. Cause they can't? What are you saying, man? Before. This was funny, bro. Nah, but I just came on live, guys, because we were live on TikTok, and before stuff we were talking about some government stuff, and I guess TikTok wanted to suspend us because of what we were speaking about. So I was just coming here to talk about it and talk about some preparedness to you guys. The diesel generators. No, you cannot survive in a fridge. If a nuclear bomb hits your city, you're dead. If a nuclear bomb hits your city, you're just not going to survive at all. You're done. Your best bet is to look in the sky and accept what's happening. Yeah, you might as well just, yeah. There ain't no hope at that point, man. But, yeah. You going underground? No, I'm not going underground, Sparky. I don't plan on going underground. He said, that man gonna ride the tub in a nuclear bomb. If you close enough to the mushroom cloud, take a seat and wait for your demise. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're close enough to the initial blast zone, you might as well just don't die tired, because you're gonna die running away, getting vaporized. I mean, that's all it's gonna be. Sit there, chill, light up a cigarette, joint, whatever it may be. Watch a movie. Just chill and know that your death will be soonly done. He said, is the Texas National Guard really necessary? I mean, if the federal government isn't doing anything about it, then I think, yeah, they're definitely necessary. I mean, current administration above the Texas governor doesn't want to do anything about the border, so I definitely think it's necessary. I'm not going to speak on any names because we might get suspended off of here, but we're talking about Brandon. Choose your destination. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for tuning in. We just talk about preparedness on this page for your everyday citizen. We try to turn your everyday citizen into a prepared citizen, essentially preparing people for possible foreseen or unforeseen scenarios. What do I think of the Iraq War? I mean, I wasn't in it, man. I'm not a veteran and I wasn't in the military, but I think it was a lot of corruption going on. But what's new? There's always corruption going on in our country. This is America. I mean, there's corruption going on in every country. But bro, tell me how to join U.S. military. I'm not in the military destination. I mean, your best bet would to become a citizen here, though. Try to legally get citizenship. I mean, right now, they're letting immigrants join the military just for the simple fact that they're coming here. But I mean, if you want to go about it the right way, I would get legal citizenship, and then once you're here and you're a legal citizen, go see your nearest recruiter. Yeah, I know. I seen a video they released the other day. I don't know where it got released, maybe on X or Twitter or something like that, but of a whole bunch of immigrants essentially rushing the National Guard and broke through their barrier. He said, still waiting for both, 4 years in. Are you using Instagram? Nah, I mean, I do have an Instagram, not active though, man. I don't use Instagram for this page, no. We mainly use TikTok and YouTube. What department are you in? I'm not in the military, man. Gaming speed. I will not do that because I'm not in the military for one, and I'm not gonna follow any orders you give me because I make my own decisions, right? And this flag is not backwards. It's supposed to be like this. It means always facing forward. It's a patch that goes on your shoulder. So it's supposed to mean always facing forward, never retreat. So it's actually not the wrong way. You got promised a 50K signing bonus. Yeah, man, I'm not in the military, but I heard a lot of those horror stories that have happened to people, unfortunately. Um, Zach, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Zakaria, if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I butchered it. Yeah, so we talk about preparedness on this channel. So essentially, we're prepared citizens here, covering topics to help turn your everyday citizen into a prepared citizen. We want to create more like-minded individuals. Essentially, we want less assets. I mean, less assets. We want less liabilities and more assets. We want more assets, not less assets. What food you got prepped? I got a lot of different kind of food prepped, man. Uh, Different combinations of things I consume on a daily, weekly basis. But yeah, guys, anybody who's watching currently, I'm not in the military. We're not active duty, nor am I a veteran. I'm just a prepared citizen here. We're just rocking a plate carrier. And we're talking to more citizens, trying to prepare more people, create more prepared citizens, essentially. But yeah, we're not in the military. Nor are we in the militia. So yeah, there's no militia, guys, just in case you're watching, whoever is watching. Is Don Shipley watching this? That would be funny. That's crazy. And yeah, there's a lot of good jobs in the military. It just depends if it's something you want to do, something that you're actually dedicated to. Oh, this whole set is your ex single. And Chase, nah, I'm not militia, man. We're not militia. I'm just prepared citizens. I'm just prepared citizens. We're just prepared citizens here. Just a mutual assistance group. You dress. Yeah, man. You should have all those skills. You guys should have survival, basic bushcraft skills. You should know the basics and fundamentals of building a shelter and starting a fire in the wild, essentially. And also processing animals. You guys should know how to do that. And Dan Flores, yes, I do know how to do that. Which martial art do I think is most useful? There's lots of them. Mine personally, my personal favorite is Muay Thai, but there's a lot of different ones that could be useful. Muay Thai is a pretty good one. A lot of people have been practicing Jiu-Jitsu recently. Thing with Jiu-Jitsu, it doesn't really teach you any striking capabilities. It only teaches you grappling, and it can be very useful if you end up on the ground. But if you get into a street fight, you don't want to end up on the ground. But it's good to have grappling skills. Yeah, I think the best is having a combination. I think like a lot of people who train either wrestling mixed with Muay Thai or some type of MMA mixed with Jiu-Jitsu is a good combination because then you got good strike capability and good grappling. I think a mixture is honestly the best combination because if you see like a lot of the professional fighters, they don't just know one fighting method. Yeah, but Jiu-Jitsu is not a mainly striking sport, is what I'm getting at. There may be some strikes in it, but that's not the main techniques used in striking. I've never seen someone. I mean, that's true, man. They're talking about hand to hand. Yeah, like all the professional fighters that I've seen, that I've watched or whatever, they all practice multiple martial arts. They don't just learn one to have one single skill. They like to have grappling and some type of form of striking. Or they could have even be practicing a martial art that practices on both of them. There's some out there that I don't know all the names of. A bug out rig, yeah, that's dope, man. Having a bug out rig or some type of bug out vehicle is definitely, you're definitely better off than a lot of people are gonna be. I'll put it that way. But a bug out bag isn't bad to have either. Do I hunt? I don't hunt often, man, but I have hunted. I have experience hunting. I don't hunt all the time, like on a consistent basis. But do I know how to hunt? Yes. He said you couldn't 100% grapple a grizzly bear into submission. I'd like to see that. Where do you live in the USA? I'd rather not disclose, but somewhere on the West Coast, man. Where are you? How are you helping others prepare? By going on these lives, man. I got people that I talk to locally, family members and friends that I talk to that are into preparedness, getting into preparedness, more prepared than me. So I got people locally, but I also do these lives to help people on the internet and people that aren't local to me and try to meet more like-minded individuals, essentially. But yeah, what I'm about is building community and creating more prepared citizens, man. I want there to be less chance of people being a liability. God forbid something does happen, I want them to be able to save them and their family's life if need be, even if it's in a common scenario like a house fire, having the things prepared for that. Nah, man, I don't have videos on training because I don't train people. I mean, I train with people, but I don't train people. I'm not a trainer. But I have videos like giving tips and advice for certain things that I do know, like things to have in your bug out bag, certain contingencies to fire starting, ways to filter water. Where do you learn how to be prepared? On the internet, essentially, or you could read books, man. I mean, the information is available everywhere. People have been preparing for multiple situations for decades on end. But yeah, you could learn to be prepared anywhere, man. I mean, you could learn to be prepared here, and there's a lot of other channels you could learn to be prepared from. And you said are crime rates going up on the West Coast? Not exactly, man, but it's just a steady pace of shitty environment. I'll put it that way. I mean, there's nothing good about it. It hasn't got much worse, but it hasn't gotten any better whatsoever. What would you say you're prepared for? Give me a list. I mean, I like to prepare for common scenarios all the way up to the extremes chase. So I like to prepare for things like an everyday or a standard power outage or a possible extended power outage, all the way up to the extremes such as an EMP or civil unrest. So I like to throw preparing into a bunch of different scenarios. I don't prepare for one scenario. How do you get prepared? Yeah, I definitely think having a group and training is an important thing. Having some form of community that trains on a regular, having like-minded individuals in your group and around is definitely an important part of prepping. It's key. So yeah, you're right on that, Chase. Zakaria, how do you get prepared? You just take your first steps into preparing. I would start with getting a good supply of food and water on hand, of emergency food and water that you don't touch, that you leave just in case of emergencies. You want a gallon of water per person per day. The calories and the type of food you store is all personally dependent, based off of you and your family's needs. Whatever your caloric intake is, um, it's all personally dependent when it comes to food and how much you should store. But the good medium for water is having a gallon of water per person per day, and then you want to work your way up there. The best um, number to have where um, you'll have more water than you need for just hydration is going to be 3 gallons of water per person per day. But if you're just trying to get water for hydration, just in case of an emergency scenario, a gallon of water per person per day. But you're going to need more water than for just hydration. You're going to need sanitation. You're going to need cooking. You're going to need cleaning surfaces, hydration, all of that. So think about other reasons that you have water besides just drinking. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot of people. A lot of people in this generation don't, like you said, they don't know what it's like to be prepared. I talk to a lot of people on these lives, and a lot of people that I know personally, friends and family, that are even older than me and not part of my generation, and they just don't understand. They don't know what it is to be prepared. They don't understand the mindset behind people who want to be prepared. They think it's like some fringe tinfoil hat theory type person who just wants to survive the end of days, and yeah, it's just bullshit the way people perceive it. But, I mean, but that's on them. Those are the people who are going to be begging for mercy and begging for help or getting supplies from the government. If something does happen, they're going to be stuck in the chaos because they didn't want to listen to friends and family member who told them things could get bad. I mean, that is what it is. I still try to be nice to those people and talk to them and inform and educate as much as I can. But certain people like that, you can only talk to for so long. Oh, definitely. I mean, yeah. A lot of people don't understand it though. A lot of people think that I like. I understand when people think that I'm like, I guess crazy or whatever though. Like, if I seen a guy like I try to picture it from their perspective. If I seen a guy my age preparing for the things that I possibly prepare for, training the way I train, um, taking things as serious as I take them when it comes to certain aspects of life, I would definitely think he might be tripping off of certain things. But at the same time, I mean, since I am the way I am, I won't see somebody like that. But I understand why people do, because they are comfortable living their furnished, marshmallow, comforted lives. Yeah, like I know a lot of people who think medical is stupid. Like having something like a first aid kit, like right here. I mean, I got an IFAC on my carrier as well, but this is my EDC bag. I carry this. I carry this everywhere I go, guys. So this is my little EDC medical bag, and here I keep I keep reloads for my EDC handgun. I keep IFAC in here, combat gauze, packing gauze, and a whole bunch of other medical stuff. What branch were you in? I wasn't in the military, Ghost. I'm just a prepared citizen. Yep, I'm a civilian. How do you get military-like equipment? This is just, anybody in America could get this. I don't know if you're from America or in the United States, but if you're in the United States, anybody could get this. Mostly anybody could get um, magazines, plate carriers, medical equipment. Yeah, that's why I said if you're in the U.S. in some countries you're not allowed to have that. What carrier are you wearing? Oh, sorry if I didn't answer you, Chevin. I'm wearing a Shellback Tactical. So this carrier is a Shellback Gen 1 by Shellback Tactical. I don't know if they still have it, but it might have been discontinued, but it's their Gen 1 carrier. Oh, what plates do I have? They're level 4 plates from RMA Body Armor. They're a known body armor manufacturer. A lot of people in Ukraine are currently using them in that conflict, but they're RMA level 4 plates. Yep. Yeah, I was just live on TikTok, probably for like an hour or longer. I did 2 lives and then they suspended me because I was talking about some government theories or government conspiracies, should I say? They're not really theories or conspiracies, but that's what the government will say. Um, yeah, so I was talking about the January 6th event, and that's why I got suspended. So we're not going to go in too much on that, but you can't stop a 50 cal. Definitely cannot. There's no body armor plates that can. If you get hit by a 50 cal, just accept your death. That's it. Yeah, there's no bringing you back. You got hit by the 50, and that's it. Helmet setup. I don't got a helmet, man. I'm still working on getting a brain bucket. Helmets are expensive, man. The cheapest price you could get a ballistic helmet for is like $1,500. And it's probably still going to be more than that out the door for like a good, reputable one. There's some companies from other lower quality brands, but I'm not going to trust something like that to put on my head. I don't want to get a helmet and then have enough back force deformation to crush my skull anyways. Kind of pointless. What is your favorite plates for a carrier? The plates I'm rocking right now is from RMA Body Armor, so they're pretty affordable. They're pretty affordable plates from RMA Body Armor, so you could get level 4 plates from them for pretty cheap. And they got multi-curve, they got single curves. This is the current 1155 model, so these are single curves, they're not actual multi-curves, but they're affordable, they do the job. Something is better than nothing. That's definitely true. Any of you guys watching, what Keith Reed just said in the chat, guys, make sure you guys follow that or write that down, screenshot it. That's definitely valuable information to have and to know in case of any emergencies, guys. Chase Outdoors, we're working on night vision capabilities in thermal as we speak. When you say protection equipment, what do you mean by that? What does that translate to? You asking about guns or firearms? I got a few different setups, man. I'm not really too much of a collector, though. I kind of deem myself more of a protector versus a collector. I don't like to have a whole bunch of different guns in different calibers. I don't know, yeah. I don't see the point of having something in 300 Blackout, 5.56, 50 Beowulf, and all that. I know a lot of people like to have all these unique exotic calibers. They're not going to do me any good when it comes to stocking up or training. Yeah, I mentioned for protection purposes. What do you mean ghost topics? Like, I mean, I got a bunch of different stuff that I have for protection purposes. Chase outdoors. We like to train on physical fitness and shooting, moving, communicating, man. But mainly, instead of like building a militia, I'm more really trying to build like a mutual assistance group, a community, not necessarily a militia of uh, or a group of nothing but armed fighters. You know, it's not a whole bunch of military age males, but there are some of them. Uh, I'll just say private properties, Chase. Yeah. When you have people with property, it makes things a lot easier to do said training. What's your opinion for a first EDC pistol? There's a lot of great options out there, man. I just did a video on it on my channel, talking top 5 guns everyone should own. But the one I would recommend for you here on the live is gonna be probably some form of a Glock, whatever one you like. If you don't like Glocks, then there's also a bunch of good Berettas, SIGs. Smith and Wesson makes some good handguns, the M&Ps. But yeah, Chase. Yeah, I'm definitely. You're right. We're out here in California, so yeah. It's a little fucked up when it comes to training, but we get our stuff done. We make sure to get good reps in. For protection, gun or knife? I mean, first one I would say is a knife. I mean, not a knife, a gun. Obviously, a gun. I mean, have knives, but don't have that as your protection. It's not a good idea. Yeah, man, I've considered it. Due to current situations, hasn't been something I've been able to make feasible right now, but I've definitely considered it, and I'm planning on it in the future. But as of right now, we're just chilling behind enemy lines, getting stuff done. Sadly. It's crazy, Chase. I told someone in one of my lives a few weeks ago that like it's called California, and they were like so offended. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. But yeah, someone was so offended. It was crazy. They thought I was like insulting their whole existence, their whole livelihood, because I called it California. What is the line of business? What is line of business? What do you mean, Ghost Topics? You're saying like, what is my line of business? Little Sakari or little. I don't know how to say your name. I don't want to butcher it. Oh yeah, I'm not in the military, Logan. Appreciate it though. I'm just a prepared citizen here. Uh, yeah, little. I would definitely. I'm feeling the same way as you, man. Save me a spot out in Wyoming. But nah. What is my line of business, man? I just do work. I do plumbing on the side, man. But I'm also a content creator. Conservative? Yes, we are conservative. But I don't necessarily like I'm conservative, but I also have certain disagreements when it comes to conservative values for some parts. For the most part, I'm conservative, but I wouldn't deem myself a liberal whatsoever, or agreeing with their values. But yeah, California is amazing. Yeah, like for the most part, I'll say I'm conservative, but there's some things that I'll sit and say I have disagreements with. Yeah, I've been doing some videos recently, guys. So if any of you guys are watching the live and are enjoying it so far, Make sure to check out some of my recent videos. I just did some long form content, so I got some clips on my channel of some YouTube shorts, kind of like TikTok videos, but I also got long form videos, like 5 to 10 minute videos on my page talking about preparedness. So I did a video recently covering the priorities of a guerrilla fighter in Minutemen, or the Minuteman militia, what it takes to be a prepared citizen. And then I did a video titled Top 5 Guns Everybody Should Own in America, post SHDF, or just if you're an American and are exercising your Second Amendment right. It was basically a video showcasing top 5 guns you should all own. And then in that video, I showed you guys some guns. So if you want to see some guns on my videos, I did show some in that video. So you could see some that I would recommend for you personally if you're looking for a gun to own. That's literally what that video is for. I cover like the top 5 ones everybody should own for starters. I did some. All right, I appreciate it, man. He said, I just got back from like 2 hours ago, and it was really nice out there. I mean, the weather's decent, but it's a shitty culture out here. What's your number one go-to gun? I'm gonna have to say AR-15 or I mean, since they don't got M4s, but I'd say AR-15 or M4, some type of AR variant. That's gonna be my go-to. So, yeah, something that shoots 5.56 or 2.23, and preferably an AR type build. And my number one handgun, like my number one, I guess, would be like a handgun, because that's what I could have on me most of the time. That's what's easier to conceal and have without people knowing that you have it, without like projecting an image of someone who's armed. So I'd recommend a handgun first, but after you got a good handgun, I'd recommend you get an AR-15. I think everybody, like if you're a gun owner or you're somebody who likes to exercise your Second Amendment right, that you should have an AR-15. I'm just strictly a constitutionalist. Yeah, I've gone by that sometimes too, man. I like to say that I'm a constitutionalist because that's really all I care about, is people upholding the Constitution, caring about American traditional values and rights, which a lot of people are trying to abolish nowadays and do away with, which I think is a sad reality. What is your number one survival tip? Be fit. That's my number one survival tip. Make sure you guys have a form of physical fitness. Make sure you have good cardio. Like, just make sure you're physically fit. Are you able to carry your own weight? Can you even make a mile? Stuff like that. That's the number one thing. Because, I mean, you could have all this gear and you could even have knowledge, but if you're just a fat, like, lazy person who doesn't care about themselves and their health, and you're not capable, you're just a liability and not an asset, simply based off the fact that you're not fit. So yeah, and no offense towards anybody out there who's watching. If you were offended, you should probably start taking care of yourself. But yeah, what long-range rifle do y'all prefer? I mean, an AR-15 or M4 can be used for like medium to sort of long range, but that's not really long range. I'd say any bolt action chambered in a anything above 308, or even like an AR-10. Like, I'd rather have an AR-10 than an AR-15 for long range capabilities. Like long range, I'm talking 700, 800 yards. I'm not talking 300, 500. The AR-15 is good out to like 600, but if we're talking like 700, 800 yards, close to 1,000 yards, yeah, we need something way better than 5.56 or 2.23. Not to say it's not capable. It's capable out to 700, maybe even 8. I've seen it. Would I want to take that round to those distances? No. Chest rigs for certain scenarios, and plate rigs and plate carriers for others. Kind of like how you said. Whatever the situation dictates, man. If it's an environment where we need more sustainment, we'd be rocking chest rigs. But if it's something where it's going to be either quick or not too long of a long outlasted scenario, long drawn out scenario, I wouldn't mind having a plate carrier and some type of day pack. It all depends on how much force I'm anticipating to be facing. As of a month ago, I could do 15 miles in a day with all my gear. I was impressed with myself. Yeah, that's definitely good. Good accomplishments, man. I'd say 15 miles a day. If you're in a bug out scenario, you're definitely making it longer than majority of individuals before they would just gas out. So yeah, kudos to you, man. You said you're looking for an M40 308 for long range. I mean, I don't know no one who got one, but it definitely seems like a good weapon to engage at those distances. And I'm not a soldier of Great Britain. Appreciate it though. We're just talking about how we defeated you guys. No, I'm just fucking with you. But no, we just talk about preparedness here on this channel and freedom and shit. He said, dump the tea. uh, I'm weak. But yeah, what we talk about Great Britain, what we talk about here, Great Britain, is we just talk about preparedness, being a prepared citizen. Y'all got me weak sometimes. Hold on. uh, yeah, guys. Anybody who's watching, I also got a TikTok page. So I got a TikTok page where I do like TikTok videos for short form content. So I post clips and stuff for tips and tricks onto preparedness, certain foods you guys should have stored away. I have certain gear on there that I have offering to you guys at discounted prices or more affordable prices than you could get it on Amazon on the TikTok shop. You could have actual coupons on there and stuff like that. And if you want to support the page, you could help support me on there. But yeah, I talk about that, and I talk about preparedness on there, and I go live every now and then on TikTok as well. I haven't been live on YouTube in probably like maybe almost 3 weeks, probably like 2 weeks now. It's just a local thing, man. Just a local mutual assistance group community. We're not really spread out nationally or throughout the country as of yet. Though, I don't mind the potentials of that becoming a thing. But yeah, still trying to build community locally, and once we got that more established, we'll start trying to spread things out. We're trying to get more organization going, but I don't want to get a group too big to where it becomes untamable. I want it still to be manageable. Are the things on TikTok Shop worth it? Yeah. I bought a few things off of TikTok Shop. I got this emergency food off of TikTok Shop. Right here. These food buckets, I got this off of TikTok Shop. I bought this from TikTok, guys. This is emergency food bucket. This is 25. This is a 25-year shelf life. It's not 20. I was almost gonna say 25 years worth. No, this is 1 month's food supply for one person. It's rationed out properly, and it has a 25-year shelf life. I got this off of TikTok Shop. You can find this on my shop on TikTok as well. Yeah, I got products on the TikTok Shop. I have a showcase, so you could go to my. If you go to my link tree on my page on YouTube, you can find my link tree, and you'll find my TikTok on there. Some other products. I have links to certain medical gear outfitters. So I have Refuge Medical on there, where you could get IFAKs like this. This is my individual first aid kit. It's used for trauma and first aid. This one, it all depends. They have a bunch of different food buckets that you could get. There's a bunch of different combinations. This exact one, I'm not sure the price it is on Amazon. This one was a combination. So it was a 2-bucket combo. But you could also buy the single food buckets as in a single option. But this one I bought in a 2 bucket combo, so you guys can see that bucket and this bucket. I got them in a bundle. I'm gonna have to go. All right, Great Britain. I'll see you later, man. Make sure to check out the channel to kickstart some of your preparedness if you're looking into getting into it. Ghost topics. No, I don't have an Insta, man. I mean, I had an Instagram that I used for fitness and like a lifting page. It's kind of like my gym bro page, but I haven't been active on it in some months now. You're retarded, Ghost. But yeah, I haven't been active on Instagram in some months. I may be posting on there more, or may get into posting some more fitness stuff. I just kind of got tired of posting pictures of my muscles every day, or every other day of the week. So I just started doing this. After I've been doing preparedness content, I haven't really had time to post about fitness stuff. But I might make another Instagram dedicated to preparedness and kind of personal life updates, stuff like that. I don't know, we'll see. Do y'all have a SOP on what weapons y'all carry? Yeah, I try to make sure everyone has some form of a handgun chambered in 9mm, preferably a Glock, and everyone needs to have at least one AR-15 at a minimum if you consider yourself a fighting age male who's gonna be included in guard duty activities or in a fighting type scenario. Yeah, so everybody needs an AR-15 and a Glock. But there's also other people that can be designated specific weapons. We got shotguns for certain uses and other rifles for backups. Any fitness tips? I'm going on a cut soon. Focus on your diet, man. Make sure your diet is on point. 80% of it is done in the kitchen, and the other 20% is done in the gym. So if your fitness is on point, if you're working out pretty consistently and good, get that diet on point, and you'll start noticing shreds coming in before you know it. Yeah, but that's definitely good, Ghost. Fitness is one of the most important things when it comes to preparedness. So if you're physically fit, you're 90% ahead of most of the population when it comes to just overall performance in life and preparedness. Do you have certain individuals with certain skills and assigned to different duties? Oh my God. Yeah, man. Excuse me, guys. My bad for that, if you spotted that. Yeah, we do. We got people for gardening, people for negotiation, people for barter, people for defensive capabilities, security. Yeah. I got certain people that I've already assigned to those positions. 1 second, guys. If you got any questions, comment them in the chat. I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. I'll be here in a second. All right, y'all, I'm back. We are back. What are you planning for? What do you mean by that, Ghost? For my future, just for like everyday life, like my future life goals, or planning for the future and like talking prepping? Like content-wise and life. So content-wise, I'm gonna continue to try to put out more prepping content. More content talking about survival, some gun stuff here and there. I'll be talking about more stuff involving, like, I got a video idea talking about carrying with one in the chamber coming up. I'm gonna record a video talking about why I think people should have one in the chamber if they're carrying a gun, specifically a handgun. Stuff like that. And then for life, I'm essentially just trying to build an off-grid homestead, man. So that's the mission here in the near future. Trying to get a homestead, live self-sufficiently, get a bigger garden put up, build a bigger community, and have more infrastructure put in place. But yeah, just trying to preserve our freedoms here in America, and get out of the Babylon known as the city. What about you though? You got any content or page that you're trying to work on or anything? What are you into, man? Are you into preparedness, or you just a gun guy, or what? Any of you guys watching? If any of you guys are watching, you guys could chime in too, or include yourself. Or any of you guys watching into preparedness, or you just consider yourself somebody who likes guns? I mean, both of them is cool. I like guns too. I like shooting guns. What's your religious beliefs? My religious beliefs. I think people should. I think people should respect others and their religious beliefs, and not be judgmental based off of someone's beliefs. But my religious beliefs aren't based off of Christianity. I'll say that. But I respect everybody's religion and their freedom to practice what religion they want to practice. I'm not too much of a religious person, but I am spiritual. But I don't practice religion in a manner where I like go and worship at the church or anything like that. But I respect anybody who does live that sort of lifestyle. I see the value in it. What's your opinion on how long until SHTF? Man, honestly, none of us know. SHTF could happen at any time, or it can't happen at any time. I think you should just be prepared just in case something does happen at any time. You never know when you may have your own personal SHTF scenario. It doesn't always got to be a full civilization collapse or full SHTF situation without rule of law to be prepared. I mean, it's good just to be prepared for your everyday life. Have certain things put in place to increase your chances of survival or to thrive if said situations do take place. Just have things like common first aid and trauma gear. So right here I got this is my EDC bag, so I carry this on me every day. In here I keep a little mini IFAC, so this is called the MFAC from North American Rescue. In here I got a tourniquet, combat gauze, wound packing gauze, emergency trauma dressings, and chest seals. In the same green bag I also keep another tourniquet and another wound packing gauze, that little red piece right there, that's wound packing gauze. And then I keep another wound packing gauze. So I keep 3 wound packing gauze and a combat gauze. So I carry 4 wound packing gauze on me, and then a hemostatic impregnated combat gauze, along with some boo-boo kits and a bleed stop powder to stop any small lacerations or cuts. But duct tape could be used to handle all of that. I also carry, in the EDC bag, I carry a little lighter with duct tape on it. So if you guys have like, for your survival kit or your EDC bag, make sure you guys, if you're carrying a lighter, just throw some duct tape on it. This duct tape could be used to start a fire. It could be used for repairs. It could be used to tape up small wounds. Duct tape has a bunch of uses. I've seen people repair small boats with duct tape for a temporary time being, so. No one sees their... Ghost topics. What do you mean, bros? Making sure none sees their God? I don't know what you're trying to say, man. What are you saying? Chase the outdoors. I've definitely looked into those subjects, man, and I talk to people. I have Christian friends. I have people that I talk to who are Christian that are in the prepping community. So I look at it from all aspects. I don't so I try not to judge or alienate or make anybody feel a certain type of way based off their beliefs or what they feel. I guess that's a good thing, ghost topics. I try to be, man. Try to take care of and be prepared for the people around me and myself. The 8th of next month, some shit is going down. Can't say I know, but be ready. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Um, I've heard a lot of panic and fearmonger about April 8th and the solar eclipse that's supposed to happen, or that's going to happen. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a big deal or anything to panic over, though I see a lot of people being fearful. Um, I've seen a lot of stuff being posted about like the religious aspect of it. A lot of people are anticipating, can it be something religious or part of some biblical prophecy? So I've heard that too, and it may be. But like I said, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a clairvoyant or all-seeing, so I don't know what's going to happen. I just try to prepare for the likelies and unlikely scenarios, and while doing that, possibly prepare myself for what was not seen to come. Our phones might not work, I guess, on the 8th. Appreciate it, ghost topics. I'll see you later, man. Thank you for tuning in. I mean, they might not work. We'll just have to see until the 8th to see if they work or to see if anything happens. Like I said, I don't think anything's going to happen. You said you were making me anxious. uh, yes, any digital communication will not possibly work. Yeah, I've heard that. That's why I recommend people to have radios, emergency radios, ham radios. Have any form of radio that you can have that your budget is allowing for you to afford at this time. Practice with it, train in it. If you need licenses for your specific radio, make sure you get your licenses. Or if you can listen onto the frequencies without needing a license, just listen and pay attention to what they're saying and learn about it until you get your license. But you guys could definitely get radios right now and have them shipped to your door from Amazon, I think overnight. So I would highly recommend it if you don't already have some. Also, you need Faraday cages and Faraday bags to protect all of these. If something does happen where it knocks out the power in all of these digital or mobile devices, electronic devices. So I made a video on that, essentially, basically how to survive or how to be prepared for an initial EMP attack. I just did a video on that. Yeah, almost any radios can be pinged, man. If you're using some type of radio or anything that's transmitting a signal, essentially you can be pinged if somebody has superior capabilities or technology. But that's why you use code words, you use ways to encrypt what you're saying without having actual encryption. Don't talk about your stuff just retardedly on the live frequencies. Like if we're in the mountains or we're in a desert, I heard this from Grunt Proof. This is another YouTuber who talks about preparedness and Minuteman activities. He's essentially saying, like, if we were talking about heading to a certain location, we had an objective marked for our group, and we were talking about it on the radios. Instead of giving like a landmark that's going to obviously give it away, like the big tree with the 3 boulders that are facing this way and that way, or something like that, whatever the instructions may be, instead of saying that to obviously give away the area, in everyone's head in the group, the big tree with the boulders facing south, west, and east, you're going to have instead that landmark is going to be called the gas and go. So we're all going to meet at the gas and go, and the enemy or whoever's listening to the frequency on the radio is going to be confused because there's no gas and go and there's no gas station nearby whatsoever. So if you're able to mark a landmark and give it a code name for you and your people, you'll essentially throw the enemy completely off, and they're going to be scrambling, searching for wherever you may be at. I mean, then they could also ping your signal, but for the most part, as long as you're using some type of encryption and code word, you could throw people off easily that way. Yeah, I know. That's why I said if you guys are using all of that, if you're using any digital devices or any electronics that transmit a signal, that could be tracked by somebody with superior capabilities and technology. It's almost better to have less and know how to work with less, because most people aren't going to. But also have the more advanced capabilities as well, because they are valuable. We've been live for over an hour, coming on an hour and 10 minutes. I wonder if I'm still suspended on TikTok. I'll have to check tomorrow or something like that. This is coming from a guy that has worked with DHS and also a former PMC in UM. What were you saying? Yes, any digital communication will not possibly work. Uh, were you reiterating what you said in your previous comment? Or I don't know if you said something before. Also, has anyone else seen any extra movements at local armories? I haven't, man. I haven't seen any military movement or anything like that. Though I don't live to any local armories or military bases or anything like that. So yeah, I'm still learning, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely look up electronic warfare and all that. I'm still like whenever I'm not on here trying to teach you guys or talk about preparedness, I'm learning about it so I could bring more advanced information to you guys as the days go by. So and I also learned some stuff from you guys too. Sometimes I'll get army medics in here or Navy corpsmen, and they'll say some stuff about medical and trauma gear that I had no idea about, or they'll just say something that was uncommon and unconventional idea that they used in the field while serving. So yeah, I like to get a lot of information from you guys and got more valuable information as we're growing the page. I'll be prepared, but I call BS on what Backwoods is saying. What do you mean, chase the outdoors? I mean, I personally think it's a good idea to have capabilities in every aspect. I think you guys should have options for almost everything. Obviously, that's not going to work for everybody, and that doesn't fit everyone's budget. But the more options of communication you have, the better. Make sure you have backup contingency plans. Yeah, print out manuals. Yeah. I'm not too familiar with that situation in Wyoming, but yeah, chase outdoors. I definitely think it's good to have manuals or some type of on-hand information, whether it be just survival books, back to the basics, bushcraft fundamentals, or even manuals and handbooks on ham radio and stuff like that. The more you guys could have on hand, like physical, um, readable information, is much better than having it digital. Because yeah, all of this stuff could go out tomorrow, could go out tonight, and then none of it's accessible. But if you have some books and stuff on hand already in a documented area, then you have all that information ready to access for anybody who may need to learn it or like update themselves on it. What do you do to protect your maps? What do you mean protect my maps? Like physical hand maps or like maps digitally? Physical maps, I just keep them protected in like areas where they're not gonna be damaged. Essentially, I mean, I keep them protected along with all my other gear that I may deem to be sensitive or something that I don't want to be damaged. Essentially, any way you would protect normal paper files, man, or documents. If I disappeared for a second, guys, I'm gonna hold on. Backwoods. I'm about to type in that. Backwoods. Did you say that app was called Personal Eye Systems? I wonder how many people were in this live. This is a system. This is not off the. And you said it's called You said it's called Personal Eye Systems, correct? Yeah, like laminate your maps and stuff like that. I just keep them in dry bags, man. Keep them protected in waterproof containers and stuff like that. Welcome back, Great Britain. That's crazy. Oh no, no! You gotta be kidding me. Hold on, guys. I don't know if I'm. Give me 1 second. I'm on the product page and I gotta add a product before it lets me get out. So 1 second, guys. This is funny. I'll be right back to the chat in a second, guys. All right. Hopefully that worked. All right, that worked. Let's see what you guys said. Shoot, I forgot. My mistake, lad. I'm gonna sleep it off. Bye. All right, man. I'll see you later. I'm probably gonna end the live here soon, guys, but I got some videos to work on and some stuff to do. But I appreciate all you guys for tuning in and listening to what I had to say and the advice you guys had to give. Also, I'm gonna check out that app Backwoods. I'm gonna screenshot it real quick so I got that. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for watching and tuning in and willing to listen to the perfect stuff I had to say. Over here lacking. I'm acting like an old person who don't know how to operate their phone. All right. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys all have a great night, and I'll see you guys later.